I think we can agree on two things right now. One of them being, of course, the fact that Nintendo loves to re-release their old titles of games. And the second thing is, I'm not a Nintendo YouTuber, but today, because of circumstance, we will be talking about a Nintendo-related story involving, well, the GameCube. The GameCube seems to be getting this huge resurgence in interest right now. Two of the highest rated games of 2023, they're GameCube games when you break it down. Those two games, of course, being Metroid Prime Remastered, which is one of my favorite games of 2023. Brilliant from top to bottom. A brilliant game already, but a brilliant game made even better with the new visuals that are added into it. And then, of course, Resident Evil 4 Remake. Another brilliant game that's become more brilliant. Yes, you know, it kind of sucks that they neutered Salazar. Like, he doesn't have that cool line, "I've been expecting you, my brethren." Like, that's my favorite part of when you introduce Salazar. Me and my buddy used to say it all the time. Like, whenever, like I'd go over to his house and I'd walk in his room, like, "What's up?" He'd be like, "I've been expecting you, my brethren." And like, that not being in the game really pissed me off. I'm just going on a tangent. I'm sorry. But the game is brilliant. The game is absolutely brilliant. And of course, there's a lot of reason for that. The GameCube is a very interesting system because I feel like it's a system that is tailor-made for these re-releases and these remakes of games. Now, there has been some rumors and murmurs about games like F-Zero. Of course, there's other games that we could talk about, but I kind of want to focus in on today is the latest rumor involving a GameCube game getting an HD remaster for the Nintendo Switch. This is coming to us from The Escapist, which is now that they bought up Nintendo Enthusiasts, so you know, I kind of worked for The Escapist at one point in time. I don't know. You can probably trace my roots back to there. Rumor, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door remaster is in the works. Now, for a lot of people, this is one of their favorite RPGs of the Mario style. It seems like there's two camps, people that love Super Mario RPG and people that love The Thousand Year Door, you know, and it's like people are very divisive on it. Like, some people think that Super Mario RPG is the best. Some people think that this is the best. Now, as someone who's played both of them, I do really enjoy both of these games. I'm kind of in the middle, though, because I'm not like a diehard fan of this, but what's going on with it? Pikmin Snezkov of the Family Boards. I mean, who isn't familiar with Pikmin Snezkov of Family Boards, has made a claim that a Thousand Year Door remaster is coming soon as a result of discussion with 3 anonymous sources, and separately on a Discord channel, the leaker further claimed. Everyone knows about this in the insider circles, but nobody wants to talk about it. There seems to be some sort of agreement that they want to keep it as a surprise or something. Well, if that's true, it's not a surprise anymore. And then we go on to basically just talk about what the game is. Hey, look, there's Editor Brett. There's one of Editor Brett's videos. Brett is the editor on this channel. That's why some of the videos look fancy and some of the videos look crappy. Now, as far as a remaster of A Thousand Year Door coming onto the Switch, it makes perfect sense. It's definitely a game, visually, it's a game that lends itself to a, you know, a remaster. I could play this game right now. Yes, I'm going to be that guy, and I'm going to be that guy going forward because I am that guy now, because these totes are almost gone. They're moving them all upstairs, and then they're getting picked up in a few days. I can play this game upscaled on my mini PC, and it looks gorgeous. It looks stupid good. And this is, you know, the art style of the game, that paper art style, definitely lends itself to an easy, I feel, HD version of a game. And when you look at Nintendo's schedule for 2023, I think this is where we start to fill in the holes and fill in the gaps, because I honestly feel like the second half of 2023 is going to be filled with a lot of these GameCube remasters coming over to the Nintendo Switch, and we might not even know about it. And that's for a variety of reasons. We're going to sort of delve into all these reasons now. If that's all you came for was for the new announcement, then, you know, Godspeed. Thank you for coming and checking out this video. But I want to sort of explore more of the tail end of 2024 or 2023, I should say, because I feel like this is where the GameCube is going to shine on the Nintendo Switch. We've already had a game like Metroid Prime Remaster literally drop and release on the same day. So it shows that Nintendo is not above doing something like this. The $40 price point, who complained about it? Nobody. Nobody complained about it, and that's why it's sitting like on a 95 on freaking Metacritic right now, because they made a gorgeous game look better, they added in some modern controls, and they shipped it out, and everyone loved it. Everyone loved it. So if I'm Nintendo, I'm looking at that as sort of a litmus test as to what we can do with our software library in the second half of 2023, because obviously there's nothing announced right now. Pikmin 4 comes out in like what, July, June, something like that. I'm not a Pikmin guy. Sorry, I'm not Arlo. I'm not a Pikmin guy, so I don't really care about it. Tears of the Kingdom is the game I care about. But what's after that from Nintendo? We literally know of nothing. Metroid Prime 4, like that might as well not even exist at this point in time. So how do you release games and keep people interested? I think you remaster these GameCube games. You got to remember, there's 2 games that are stuck on the GameCube. Well, technically they're stuck on the Wii U as well, and kind of on the Wii. It's hard to explain. But those, of course, being The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker and The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. After you drop Tears of the Kingdom, those 2 games are the only Legend of Zelda games that you cannot access right now on the Nintendo Switch. Think about it. Every other mainline Zelda game is either on the Switch or is coming to the Switch, as the Oracle games are indeed coming to the Switch. I guess maybe the 3DS game, A Link Between Worlds, you could kind of consider that. Well, what about that game? It's like, okay, whatever. But, I think when we're talking about mainline console Zelda games, all of them are on the Switch, and most of the handheld offerings are as well, except for those 2 games. And I feel like it's time for those 2 games to find their home on the Switch. I would love to replay through those games again. They are timeless classics that, yes, they released on the GameCube. Technically, I played Twilight Princess on the Wii, but then they got HD re-releases on the Wii U. Now the Wii U eShop is gone, so the physical prices of those games have gone up. But I feel like this is the move, because I honestly feel like 2023, the second half of it, is probably going to be a bit on the soft side. I have to imagine that Nintendo is gearing up for whatever their next system is indeed going to be. I mean, you have to just look at the law of diminishing returns. You have to look at the landscape of video games right now. And I feel like this is the time. You have sort of this lull in video games right now where what all the other companies are kind of positioning themselves to do for at least the second half of 2023, probably going into early 2024. But Nintendo has the most mystery surrounding it, because we already know that games like Starfield and Forza are going to be the games that release, in the summer and beyond for Xbox. We already know that Spider-Man 2 is the big game for Sony that's supposed to be coming out. I don't necessarily think Nintendo needs that big game, pending that there's new hardware on the horizon. This new hardware doesn't have to cannibalize the current Nintendo Switch. You know why? You drop the price of the damn thing. Think of how many systems they have sold at the standard price point. This thing is never on sale. When we talk about systems like the Nintendo DS, the Nintendo Wii, some of the most successful Nintendo platforms of all time, there's always been drastic sales of those things where you could buy them at half price of when they were originally on sale, if not even lower. The Wii Mini was $100, for Christ's sakes. You're telling me that Nintendo isn't thinking about slashing the price of the Switch in order to roll out this new system or something like that? I think that's on the table as well. I think Black Friday, you're going to see some actual Black Friday deals. But I feel like the second half of 2023 is going to kind of be shaped around the GameCube. If any of these rumors are true, we know of at least, potentially 5+ games of the GameCube library coming to, 5+ games of the GameCube library coming to the Switch. So we have the Thousand Year Door, we have F-Zero GX, we have Twilight Princess, we have Wind Waker, we have Metroid Prime 2, and supposedly Metroid Prime 3 as well. These are all games that you don't need a huge run-up for. You don't need a huge run-up for any of these games. You simply need a trailer. You could do a trailer, a stealth drop of these games right alongside of a trailer, and they're going to sell. You know why they're going to sell? Because Nintendo proved that they're going to sell in their latest escapade with Metroid Prime Remastered, bringing everything back full circle within this video. Metroid Prime Remastered just had rumors, no run-up, game gets released, bam, everyone wants it. Everyone's on top of it. It's the hottest selling game on the Switch on the eShop. Why? Because this is a game that people wanted. And these Nintendo GameCube games are games that people want. If you're not going to give me GameCube on the Virtual Console or the Nintendo Switch Online, that's okay. As long as you're making it worth my time by enhancing these games. I don't want the original version of Twilight Princess that had it where you had to get all the little drop things and there were so many of them. I want the HD version. I don't mind paying $40 for that. I want the HD version of Wind Waker. I want HD versions of these games at the bare minimum. And then if you make a little more pizzazz with it, add a little more flair to it, then, you know, I think you have a recipe for success here. And I think you have something that, even though people, you know, love to say, oh, I don't want to play old games, I want to play new games. That's fine, but old games still sell. Old games can still be impactful, and I love old games. You know, I think some of the old games are the games that we need to be playing in the modern era, because the new era of gaming, it's been kind of soft. Hey, and that's not me talking. That's lots of people talking, whether you're a PlayStation fan, an Xbox fan, or a Nintendo fan. You know, there's a reason why we get so excited for these classic systems. There's a reason why we get so excited for these classic games, especially when they get a new coat of paint, because that's where things just, you know, the imagination, it runs wild, and it's like, oh, wow, this is like what I envisioned the game the first time I played it, you know, growing up, and now I'm getting to envision it again. It's nice to have, you know, these compilations and stuff like that. Look at all these compilations that have come out of retro games. I know I'm getting kind of off topic here, but we've seen success of GameCube games on the Switch. Even if you want to go with Super Mario Sunshine, you know, that's a GameCube game that came out on the Switch in the Mario All-Stars pack, but you can't buy it anymore, because that makes perfect sense. Way to go, Nintendo. Idiots. That's the stupidest freaking thing in the world. And now the physical price of that game is starting to go up too. I'm shocked. I can't imagine why. You should at least be able to buy this game digitally. Stop being stupid, Nintendo. Re-release it and put Mario 35 back online as well. All right, I'm done talking. Let me know what you think of this in the comments section down below. Do you think 2023, the second half of the year, is going to be very heavy with GameCube remasters from Nintendo? I think that's the move. You know, maybe drop one other game in there, you know, something like a middle sort of game, you know, maybe not like a huge 3D Mario or new Mario Kart or something like that, but just something kind of in the middle, you know, like a Metroid Dread level situation. And then you have all those GameCube games. And then I think that's a successful year, especially if you price drop that sumbitch. You price drop that sumbitch, you start showing off new hardware, you win. You win the holiday season, because everyone's going to be talking about the price drop of the system. Everyone's going to be talking about the fact that there's new hardware coming out. GameCube in 2023. Let's go, boys. Let's go. And as always, thank you guys for checking out this video. If this is your first time on the channel, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 500,000 subs. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.